Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy Dentarius Lava.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That give you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What is going on, IE Sports Radio fans? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back at it again with another episode of the IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back at it again here live. I do apologize for the technical difficulties that I suffered last week. I was really eager to get on the air for everyone last week, and just unfortunately, the tech gods would not allow that to happen. But I am back now, here live, doing my thing here on the show, and we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Yeah, the nitty-gritty, man. You know, the Macho Man is going to be here, and the Macho Man always knows that the cream always rises to the top. Dig it! Ooh, yeah! Little Macho Man for y'all. I see my boy Larry B's in the chat room. And Taryn, hello. How you doing, sir? Thank you guys for listening in on this episode of the IE Elite Wrestling Show. More than a little bit. We got a lot to talk about, actually, because I did not get to go over the draft results last week. So I kind of want to just jump right in and get to it. It's a new landscape, and it started last night on Monday Night Raw for the WWE. New rosters have been drafted. Not entirely new rosters, but a lot of changes were made. There was a lot of shakeups going on in the WWE landscape. This is what we got so far. So Monday Night Raw, these were the superstars that were drafted and changed brands. These are the newest faces. Some new, some not so new. Cody Rhodes was the top draft pick for Monday Night Raw. Of course, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The man herself, Becky Lynch. The Intercontinental title has now changed brands along with his cohorts. It'll be the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium are now a part of Monday Night Raw. Matt Riddle stays on Monday Night Raw. The Scottish Warlord himself, Drew McIntyre, is now going to be on Monday Night Raw again. The Miz staying on Raw. The King of Strong Style is now a part of the Monday Night Raw brand. The former now, because since she was drafted to Monday Night Raw, she has relinquished the NXT Women's Championship. Indy Hartwell, now a part of Raw. Apollo Crews coming back from NXT to Monday nights. Candice LeRae stays on Raw, as well as her husband, Johnny Gargano. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, now a part of Monday nights. Dexter Lumis confirmed to stay on Monday nights. Another NXT call-up, JD McDonough, is now on Monday nights. The Maximum Male models, Marseille Mansoir and Maxine Dupree, all a part of Monday nights. The daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the niece of WWE two-time Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart, Natalia, is now on Monday nights. The Viking Raiders, Eric, Ivar, and Valhalla. Zoe Stark, another NXT call-up, is now a part of Monday nights. The SmackDown Women's Champion and the remainder of the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio, all a part of Monday nights. Seth freaking Rollins is a part of Monday nights. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, are a part of Monday nights now. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, are now part of Raw. The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, are part of Raw. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus has been drafted to Monday nights. Ronda Rousey and her partner Shayna Baszler are now part of Monday nights. The tag team of Braun Strowman and Ricochet are part of Monday nights. Bronson Reed, Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and Otis get to stay on Raw. Newest NXT call-ups, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, are now part of Raw. Akira Tozawa, Dana Brooke, now staying on Raw. Emma and her husband, Riddick Moss, now a part of Raw. Former NXT standouts, Indus Sher, Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Sangha, now a part of Raw. Los Lotharios, Angel and Humberto. Nikki Cross staying on Raw. Newest NXT call-up, Odyssey Jones. I can't wait to see him get down on Monday nights. Tegan Nox, Xia Li from SmackDown, now on Raw. And Piper Niven remains on Raw. And on the SmackDown side of things, exclusive now to SmackDown, that is the entirety of the Bloodline. Of course, that includes the Wise Man Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and of course, the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion himself, Roman Reigns. The longest reigning Raw Women's Champion in history, the longest reigning African-American champion in the history of WWE at 400 plus days now as champion. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, is on SmackDown. Her husband and his partner, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, are part of SmackDown. The Rated R Superstar Edge is on SmackDown once again. The almighty Bobby Lashley back on Friday nights. The OC, which made a return when they got drafted to SmackDown 2 weeks ago, which was awesome to see. AJ Styles back from his ankle injury in late December. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Mia Mitchin Yim, all a part of SmackDown. The OC on SmackDown. Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai, a part of SmackDown now. The current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, are now a part of Friday nights. Hit Row, Top Dollar, Ashanti the Adonis, and B-Fab staying on SmackDown. Lacey Evans staying on SmackDown. Now that the Intercontinental title is on Raw, that means the United States Champion was drafted to SmackDown. Austin Theory is now a part of Friday nights. Charlotte Flair is staying on SmackDown. The LWO, Viva la Raza! Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Zelina Vega, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, all on Friday nights. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, coming to Friday nights. The Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Butch, and Rich Holland stay on SmackDown. Karrion Kross and Scarlett, LA Knight, Shotzi, all staying on SmackDown. Another call-up from NXT. The former NXT UK and NXT Tag Team Champions, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, Pretty Deadly, now will be making their stamp on Friday nights. Rick Boogs moving from Mondays to Fridays. And he's going to be taking SmackDown to the moon. Cameron Grimes coming from NXT to SmackDown. And he'll actually be making his SmackDown in-ring debut this coming Friday night against free agent Baron Corbin. Tamina, because there ain't nobody meaner than Tamina, coming to Friday nights. And the last NXT call-up to Friday nights, that's Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller coming to WWE Friday Night SmackDown. And as I mentioned, that Baron Corbin is a free agent. Other superstars were also left out of the draft pool, not drafted to either show. Now they are on a free agent basis. That'll be NXT superstar Von Wagner, former Raw superstars Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali, and another former Raw superstar Omos with his manager MVP, and of course Bray Wyatt, who has not been seen in quite some time. Brock Lesnar also took himself out of the draft pool. He was undraftable, according to storyline reasons. Triple H said that Brock Lesnar renegotiated his contract with the company, therefore making him a free agent for all time, apparently, so he can appear wherever he wants, whenever he wants. So that was another storyline explanation for Brock Lesnar not being eligible for the draft. So that's what took place on the draft a few weeks ago. I don't know what's going to come of it. I know that technically Zayn and Owens are technically drafted to Raw. But they are the champions. They are the tag team champions. They have both sets of titles of the undisputed tag team champions, which means I would assume that they should be able to perform on either show to defend the titles. Same goes for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, who up until this point were available to show up on either show to defend their tag team titles against whichever female superstar tag team is up for a championship. I'm sure we'll get more clarification on this in the coming weeks as this draft and these new rosters start taking shape and whatnot. With that said, last night actually kicked off the tournament to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion. The tournament consisted of 2 triple threat matches to start the show, and then 1 single match where the winner will be facing the winner of this coming Friday's 2 triple threat matches, and the winner of the semifinal match will face the winner of last night's semifinal match in, I think it's Riyadh they're going to, or Jeddah, I'm not really sure, I forgot. It's in Saudi Arabia. I know it's in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at the end of this month for Night of Champions. I'll look that up here shortly. But last night on Raw, they kicked off the tournament, and which was, I know a lot of people were kind of scratching their heads because the tournament is for the Raw exclusive World Heavyweight Championship, because now that Roman is drafted to SmackDown, that makes the undisputed WWE Universal title exclusive to only SmackDown. So I don't understand why SmackDown superstars are also involved in the tournament. The tournament should have only strictly been Raw superstars, but I mean, I don't write the show, so I mean, I can armchair quarterback this all day long, but whatever the case may be, the tournament started last night. It was the first triple threat match, consisted of Damian Priest, Seth freaking Rollins, and Shinsuke Nakamura, and it was a great opening match for Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins ended up getting the victory, moving on to the semifinal match. Later on in the night, we had a second triple threat match between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, The Miz, and leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. This match was also a nice a nice match. I don't think it was as entertaining as the first one, but to each his own, I suppose. It looked like Cody was going to get the victory, and we were going to have a rematch between Seth and Cody for the first time since that Hell in a Cell match where Cody Rhodes wrestled with a torn pectoral muscle, and he had that huge, disgusting bruise across his chest and arm against Seth Rollins last June, I think? I think it was like early June. But that was not to be, because out of nowhere, after Cody hit 3 crossroads on The Miz, out came cowboy ass-kicking Brock Lesnar to beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes, hit him with an F5 through the announce table, and request that Cody Rhodes face him for a fight at Night of Champions, which later on that night, Cody Rhodes accepted. So we have our first official match for Night of Champions, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in a rematch from Puerto Rico Backlash. Crazy. So the night was set. The main event for the night was set. It was actually a rematch. WWE doing a major callback to SummerSlam 2013, I believe. No, was that 13? 14? No, 2015? I think it was 2015. No, 2016. I am so dumb. It was a callback to SummerSlam 2016 where Finn Balor and Seth Rollins faced each other in the finals for the first ever, to crown the first ever Universal Champion. That was when they first introduced the Universal title. A lot of WWE fans didn't really care for that belt when it was first revealed, because it was basically a carbon copy of the WWE title with just a red strap. When it first was introduced, it definitely had to grow on you after a while, because it sucked. I think it looks better with the blue strap now that since it's on SmackDown. But anyway, the finals of that match had Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Finn Balor defeated Rollins in that match, becoming the first ever WWE Universal Champion. And then last night in the semifinals, to move on to the finals to crown the first ever or newest World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know what the lineage is. I don't know if this is supposed to be the same World Heavyweight Championship that was retired a few years ago that they're just reinstating, or are we supposed to just ignore all that lineage before and start fresh? But that's beside the point. Anyway, so we had Rollins and Finn Balor in the main event, and it was a close match, both guys going back and forth. You could tell that a lot of fans were behind Rollins. Of course, he's very popular with the WWE audience now, especially with his awesome entrance music. Balor, I feel, has been on a roll lately. He had a great match with Edge at WrestleMania, even though he did lose that match. He got 14 staples in his head after being cracked open really badly the hard way at WrestleMania. But he's coming back better than ever, it seems like, and I feel like Finn is just on that cusp, to getting that extra push that he needs to stay in the main event scene. But it was not to be. Seth Rollins pulled it out. 1, 2, 3, defeats Finn Balor. Seth freaking Rollins from Monday Night Raw has got a guaranteed ticket to Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. He is in the finals for the Raw side to compete for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins is one of the opponents, one of the men who will contest for that World Heavyweight title in Saudi Arabia, Saturday, May 27th. Now, this coming Friday, we'll see who Seth will face when the second rounds of the tournament matches take place. The first triple threat match that was announced for Friday will be the almighty Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory versus oh wow, I am so sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. AJ Styles, excuse me. No, that's not right. I'm sorry, bear with me, guys. Here we go. I am so dumb. Alright, scratch that. Let's rewind, y'all. So this Friday night on SmackDown, the first of the triple threat matches that will take place will be the almighty Bobby Lashley versus the United States champion Austin Theory versus Sheamus. And then the second triple threat match, which I think is going to be a show stealer, in my opinion, especially if they give them enough time to do so. It'll be the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the rated R superstar Edge versus WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. That is going to be awesome. Yes. So out of these two triple threat matches, whoever wins these matches will face each other in a semifinals match one-on-one later that night on Friday Night SmackDown, and whoever wins that singles match will face Seth freaking Rollins in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions for the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, I really can't see who... I mean, to be honest, I think it should end up being Seth freaking Rollins and Edge. And this is my explanation as to why. Seth Rollins is definitely... I think Seth Rollins deserves it. I think Seth has earned his spot after taking a lot of shit. He kind of really had a really crappy time at the top whenever he was a babyface the first time around when he was champion. It never really got off to a good start. You know what I mean? I feel like Seth has always been trying to crawl from behind. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the last year and a half or so, Seth has been on a roll. He's been the workhorse for the company. He's been putting on great match after great match after great match. He had 3 fantastic matches with Cody Rhodes and 3 pay-per-view events in a row. And then he had that great blood feud with Riddle. Somehow, at some point, things started turning for Seth, and the crowd just started really feeling his character, really just enjoying everything that he's been doing. He had a fantastic fucking match with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Just a great match. The crowd was just really into it. And hell, this past this past Saturday night, he even gave Omos his best match since Omos has been on the main roster. Omos and Seth had a very entertaining match in Puerto Rico this past Saturday night. So it's like, man, it's like everything that Seth has been doing has been leading up to this moment. So Seth definitely deserves to be in the finals for the World Heavyweight title. My reason for picking Edge is because when Edge retired all those years ago, back in 2011, when they said he could never wrestle again because of his neck, if he took one more bump or had one more bad fall, he would be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, and he had to retire. He was the World Heavyweight Champion when he retired. Edge never lost the World Heavyweight title. Edge had to relinquish the World Heavyweight Championship and retire. So no one ever beat him for that championship. And if we're going to continue the lineage of the World Heavyweight title, which I feel we should, I feel like this should be, even though it's definitely a different title, like it looks different, everything about it is different, there's still that lineage. If you're going to call it the World Heavyweight Championship, continue the lineage of the World Heavyweight title that came before it. Do not make this something brand new like we've never seen before. It's the same World Heavyweight Championship as before with a new face paint. You know what I'm saying? With the new paint job. So I feel as though it would make the most sense to have Seth Rollins, the workhorse who's been working his ass off to get this opportunity, versus Edge, the Hall of Famer. He'd be like the Rock. I mean, I don't want to call Edge an old man, but when you look at it, you can look at it as like he's the Rocky Balboa from Rocky 6, or Rocky Balboa, the movie, where he's get this one last opportunity to become heavyweight champion of the world, a title that he never lost. You know, that sells itself right there. So that's my pick for this Friday night. I'm picking Edge to go all the way to win the semifinals, and to face Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. And who do I pick there? Up in the air still. I can't decide who I'd rather see win the World Heavyweight title. I think for the best feel-good moment, it would be awesome to see Edge win the title one last time before he finally hangs it up for good on his own terms. But in realistic, I guess in business standpoint, I feel like Rollins is strong enough to carry that weight and to be the champion. So, I mean, it could go either way. It really could. So, we'll talk a little bit more about some other things going on in the world of professional wrestling. I just wanted to get everybody up to date there with the draft and what took place last Monday night on Raw with the Night of Champions tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back at you with some more wrestling content.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint. If you're just tuning in, we were just talking about the draft results from a couple weeks ago, the new members of each roster for Raw and SmackDown, and we actually got a little bit into the Night of Champions World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, the first half of it, which took place last night on Raw, where Seth freaking Rollins has made it into the finals of the tournament to face for the World Heavyweight Championship. This Friday night on SmackDown, you will see the almighty Bobby Lashley, the United States Champion Austin Theory, and Sheamus, as well as AJ Styles, Edge, and Rey Mysterio compete in 2 triple threat matches. The winners of those matches will face each other later that night in a semifinal match, and that winner of that match will face Rollins in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia, at Night of Champions, Saturday, May 27th. So, that's something to look forward to. Got a little bit of news, professional wrestling news that's not WWE related, but I have to, I want to report on it and let you guys know, kind of keep you guys in the loop. I want to give a shout out to AEW. I'm very critical of the product. Let me just lead with that. I'm very critical of the product at times. Sometimes it's entertaining. I know I was huge on AEW whenever it first launched a few years ago. I've kind of soured on it over the years, especially over the last year. It's kind of been hit or miss for me, to be honest, you know. It's just, I feel like it's not what it was when it first started. You know what I mean? I feel like they've taken 2 steps back and when they try to take a step forward. With that said, I have to eat crow and I have to give them props because over the weekend, they did what a lot of people said could not be done. They sold out, from what I understand, they sold out Wembley Stadium in London, England. They have sold 70,000 tickets to All In, the big All In event that's going to be taking place this summer. All In London. They're going to be doing their first ever stadium show, the first professional wrestling company that's not the WWE to be having a stadium show as one of their big events. So I got to say, congratulations. Congratulations to everyone at All Elite Wrestling. Congratulations to Tony Khan and the crew there. Congratulations to Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, everybody that's been hard working and laying down all that they could, putting it all out there. They actually did something that not a lot of people thought they could do. They sold out a stadium. So congrats to them. Now, that, to some people, that's the easy part. For me, whatever. I mean, you can sell tickets. Now you got to prove why you sold the tickets. Hopefully they can put on a great show, an entertaining show that's going to captivate that audience and keep that audience entertained through the entire event. So congratulations to All Elite Wrestling for doing a huge, huge bit of business. Professional wrestling has seen an upturn in the last few years. A lot of people said that wrestling was on the downward spiral if you're just going by television ratings. But when you look at it, WWE had a fucking humongous weekend for WrestleMania weekend in Los Angeles. They had a humongous weekend here this past weekend in Puerto Rico. They're about to head back off to Saudi Arabia for another huge weekend. AEW is about to have the biggest fucking event of their fucking career and their existence in London here in a couple months. The indie professional wrestling scene has never been hotter. GCW is going all over the world, selling out everywhere they go. Indie wrestling is popular. There's a lot of stuff going on here in just Texas alone. There's a lot of shows that are selling out here in my backyard. Professional wrestling is seeing a resurgence of the diehards, I feel like. This is a resurgence of diehard fans, and just the uplifting of the professional wrestling business in the last couple of years has been a fucking amazing sight to see. I'm excited as a fan. When professional wrestling is doing well, we are all doing well. So kudos to everyone involved in the professional wrestling business. I got to say that first off. So we have some breaking news for the New Japan Pro Wrestling show that's going to be coming to you live May 21st. That's going to be in Long Beach, LBC, repping 213. That's right. It's going to be a New Japan show across the pond on this side of the earth. It's going to be NJPW Resurgence, and it's coming to you live. I believe. Let me look up the arena. It's going to be live at the Walter Pyramid. I believe that belongs to Cal State Long Beach, if I'm not mistaken. Anyone back home, Larry, if you can confirm that, I know hopefully you're still listening. Please, I don't want to sound like an idiot when I don't want to give improper information, but I think that's what it is. I think the Walter Pyramid belongs to Cal State Long Beach, if I'm not mistaken. But that's going to be live Sunday, May 21st at the Walter Pyramid. NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, presents Resurgence. This big match has been announced for Resurgence. It's going to be a one-night tournament to determine the NJPW Strong Women's Champion. It'll be Stephanie Vaquer from CMLL taking on the former IWGP Women's World Champion Mercedes Moné. And then in the other tournament match, it'll be from Stardom, Momo Kogo taking on AEW's Willow Nightingale. And the winners of these two matches will face each other in a finals to crown the first ever NJPW Strong Women's Champion. So that's going to be taking place at Resurgence. Also announced for Resurgence, it'll be Jon Moxley! AEW's Jon Moxley will be live in action at NJPW Resurgence. I don't see a match that's been announced for that yet, but I'm going to try and see if I can find some more news for Resurgence. Let's see if I can find something here. Oh, here we go. I actually found the full card that's already been announced. So the full card for Sunday, May 21st in Long Beach, California at the Walter Pyramid will be for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship number 1 contenders tournament. It will be Hiroshi Tanahashi going one-on-one with Will Ospreay. The winner of this match will face Lance Archer June 4th at Dominion in Osaka-jo Hall in Japan. And the winner of that match will be the number 1 contender to the IWGP United States Championship that is currently being held by AEW's superstar, the best bout machine, Kenny Omega. And this is the match that Jon Moxley has been announced for. I found it. Awesome. It's going to be Chaos. Rocky Romero, Tomohiro Ishii, and Kazuchika Okada going 3-on-3 in a 6-man tag against Wheeler Yuta, Shota Umano, and Jon Moxley. That's going to be a good match there. The Strong Openweight Championship will be decided in a rematch at this past pay-per-view event that they had in history was made this past Wednesday, actually, at May 3rd. This past Wednesday, May 3rd, at Dontaku for the Strong Openweight Championship. Hikuleo, the brother of Tamatonga, dethroned the former champion Kenta of Bullet Club to win the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship, and now these two men are scheduled for a rematch in Long Beach for the title. In a street fight, it's going to be one-on-one. Fred Rosser going one-on-one with Bullet Club's Juice Robinson. Big tag team match here. It'll be Barbaro, Cavanero, and Virus taking on the team of TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, and Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, this should be an interesting match. Independent Wrestling Hall of Famer Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, will go one-on-one with Alex Coughlin. And from the LA Dojo of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the DKC takes on Bateman. These two men have graduated from the NJPW Academy, and they're going to be going one-on-one with each other as on the kickoff for Resurgence. So those are the big matches that have been announced for Resurgence for New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's going to be Sunday, May 21st. You're not going to want to miss that show, guys. It will be streaming live on Fight TV, but if you're in the Long Beach area and you're looking for some awesome professional wrestling to just kill a Sunday, I suggest getting some tickets at the Walter Pyramid in Long Beach. Another event for New Japan Pro Wrestling has been announced on June 25th. It will be the show called All Together Again. This is going to be a huge match. Oh, excuse me. I do apologize. I was getting June 25th is actually the Forbidden Door event with AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And this is actually taking place on June 9th in Japan. All Together Again brings together all the major wrestling companies in Japan. Pro Wrestling Noah, All Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling come together to host a huge event. And these are the first matches that have been announced for the All Together Again event, which will be streaming live on NJPW World, the streaming service. If you're not subscribed to it, you should. If not, you could. I believe. I mean, hell, if you happen to be in Japan, go ahead and get yourself a ticket and see this live. But for those of us who are not in Japan, if you stream live on njpwworld.com, it is $9.99. $9.99 yen in Japan, but I believe that translates to about $7 or $8 US currency. I could be wrong there, so just fact check that before you take my word for it. Some of the first matches announced for All Together Again will be Pro Wrestling Noah's Kaito Kiyomiya, All Japan Pro Wrestling's Kento Miyahara, teaming with New Japan Pro Wrestling's Hiroshi Tanahashi to take on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Kazuchika Okada, All Japan Pro Wrestling's Yuma Aoyega, and Pro Wrestling Noah's Keno. Another 6-man tag match announced for this event from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito, taking on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Yuji Nagata, All Japan Pro Wrestling's Suwama, and All Japan Pro Wrestling's Yuma Ansa. And in the third match that has been announced so far for the All Together Again event, it'll be New Japan Pro Wrestling's Yoshihashi, Haruki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii, taking on Pro Wrestling Noah's Masa Kitamawa, Daika Inanabe, and Yoshiki Inomura. If I butchered those names, I humbly apologize to any of our Japanese listeners. I do apologize if I butchered any of those names. I did my best. I promise I did. So that's some New Japan news. A lot of big things going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling, for sure. We got an update on glorious Bobby Roode. He has been out with an injury. I did not even know the extent of the injury. Bobby Roode's injury was a neck fusion. He needed to get his neck fused together. He had neck fusion surgery that's going to keep him out of the remainder of this year and possibly into 2024. It is unclear when he will be back in a WWE ring. So prayers up to Bobby Roode. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. It's a terrible injury to come back from, but a lot of guys have come back from it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Lita, Edge, all these guys came back from it, but it does seem to shorten your career when that does happen. So hopefully Bobby Roode will be able to come back to the WWE and have a final run, if not longer. We shall see, but prayers of recovery to Bobby Roode. Hopefully he gets back in the ring sooner rather than later. If you are a fan of old school professional wrestling like myself, and especially if you are living here in the Fort Worth, Texas area, Dallas, Texas area, I have an event for you that you are not going to want to miss. This has been announced by Emporium Presents. On sale now, former WCCW champion Kevin Von Erich, the famous Kevin Von Erich from the famous Von Erich wrestling family, the last remaining Von Erich from that original family, will headline the Majestic Theater for one night only on Friday, September 1st, with stories from the top rope, an intimate speaking engagement hosted by local anchor and sportscaster Dale Hansen. You do not want to miss out on this event, and you need to get your tickets now. They are on sale. The Majestic Theater is in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be Friday, September 1st, 2023. Stories from the top rope, an evening with Kevin Von Erich. WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Von Erich is going to be live in Dallas, Texas, doing a Q&A. He's going to be telling stories about his time in the professional wrestling business. I know he's going to be telling stories about himself and his brothers, his father, the whole Von Erich clan, the days of WCCW. It's going to be fantastic to hear these stories. I am going to be in the audience for that. I have to be, because I'm a big wrestling fan. Of course, I do the show because I am. Not only that, I'm a fan that appreciates the history of this business, where we came from as a business and as fans, and I'm definitely a fan of Texas professional wrestling, and it doesn't get any more Texas professional wrestling than the Von Erichs. And right now, I'm looking at the tickets. They're on sale right now on Ticketmaster.com. They start as low as $17, and they go all the way up to about $275. So from what I can see, if you got $17, hell, I mean that's about a tank of gas right there, or less. So $17 gets you in the door, but if you want to be like front and center, like right there by the stage, you can shell out a little bit more money, and you'll be right there to witness Kevin Von Erich relive his glory days from WCCW with himself and his brothers and his father, the Von Erichs. It's going to be great to see. So that, again, is going to be Friday, September 1st, 2023 at the Majestic Theater in Dallas, Texas. Tickets are on sale now, guys. Do not miss that. And we're going to take a short little break, and then we'll go over the results of WWE Backlash that happened this past Saturday night in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. It was a fucking awesome show. I was able to watch it in between taking calls while I was at work this past weekend. But from what I saw, it was fantastic, especially the Bad Bunny match, but more with that here shortly. We're going to take a quick little break and hear from one of our other fantastic shows here in the IE Sports Radio family. Stay tuned, guys.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give ya what you want, here to give ya what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy awesome white tea. They're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, everyone. Back again with the IE Elite Wrestling Show. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint. It's your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. I just wanted to touch base with y'all. We just went over some stuff going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Got major events going on on May 21st and on June 9th. Before they have their big event here in the States again. Well, actually, not in the States. Actually, going to be happening in Canada this year. Forbidden Door coming to you June 25th. That's NJPW and AEW doing Forbidden Door, the big event where they cross-promote with each other. Last year, they had an event that was... A lot of fans thought it was, cool, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of stupid shit that actually happened there. A lot of people got injured. Adam Cole nearly lost his career there, but whatever. That's to each his own, I suppose. Anyway, I just want to get into the results of Backlash. If you guys were not able to see Backlash, you are doing yourself a huge detriment, and you should subscribe to Peacock like I've been telling you since day fucking one. Spend the $5 and watch this fucking pay-per-view, premium live event, because it was fucking awesome. It was fantastic. WWE on a roll with their premium live events lately. I mean, since the Rumble, it's been fucking awesome show after awesome show after awesome show after awesome show. And this one was no less any better, or no less better, or no less whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. It was fucking awesome, okay? You can hear my excitement. Backlash started off strong with the Raw Women's Championship, Io Sky and Bianca Belair having an awesome match. Bianca Belair retaining the title, still your Raw Women's Champion. And of course, I notated that earlier. Bianca Belair is the longest reigning women's champion in the history of the WWE at 400 plus days as champion after this victory. Seth freaking Rollins defeated Omos in Omos's best match to date on the main roster. It's crazy. Of course, I mean, how could he not? It was Seth freaking Rollins he was wrestling against. But it was a great match, very entertaining. After that, we had a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. Somehow, Austin Theory pulled it out to retain the United States title against the almighty Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed with with Austin Theory pinning Bronson Reed after Bobby Lashley hit a spear. Bobby Lashley was rolled out of the ring. Austin Theory jumping on top of Bronson, 1, 2, 3, gets the victory and retains the title. In an awesome match and an awesome moment for Zelina Vega to be there live with her family, her mother in the crowd, her siblings in the very front row. She was dressed up. Her gear was beautiful. She looked beautiful with her Puerto Rican-inspired gear because she is Puerto Rican descent. Her father was Puerto Rican. Her father is a hero. Her father passed away in the 9/11 attacks on September, all those years ago on September 11th, 2001. God rest his soul. He was, I believe he was a firefighter, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. If I am, I do apologize. But he was a hero. He attempted to save lives that day. He did save some lives that day, but unfortunately at the cost of his own. He is memorialized at the 9/11 memorial in New York City. So, God rest his soul, and prayers up to their family, because I know they're still dealing with the trauma of that day, and any other families that are still dealing with the trauma of that day. Zelina Vega came out in tears. It was a special moment for her to have this match against Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. She put on an awesome effort against Rhea Ripley. They had a great little match. Unfortunately, it was not Zelina's night, and Rhea Ripley retained the SmackDown Women's Championship against Zelina Vega. But very classy move by Rhea Ripley. She left the ring after the victory and let Zelina have her moment in the sun with the Puerto Rican crowd, her people chanting for her, clapping for her, giving her a standing ovation. She was in tears. It was a very special moment to see at that WWE Premium Live event. So it was really awesome for Zelina Vega to have that moment. After that came probably the best match of the night. This match should have been the main event. I can't even believe that this match was not the main event. In the San Juan street fight, Bad Bunny, the world's most streamed artist, a man that headlined both nights of Coachella, who headlined the Met Gala, and then had a banger of a match with Damian Priest in San Juan, Puerto Rico, in front of his hometown crowd. This crowd went fucking nuts. If you're still listening in the chat room, Taryn and Larry, get yourself over to YouTube, look up Bad Bunny's entrance, and watch it, because it was fucking epic. Probably one of the best entrances of WWE history. Yes, I said it, history. Because the crowd was just eating it up. They were singing along to his entrance, which was one of his songs, Chambea, I think it's the name of it. It was fucking awesome. The match was even better. Bad Bunny did his thing. Bad Bunny put in his work. Bad Bunny is up there when it comes to celebrities actually putting in the time and the work. This is not how it used to be. When celebrities would have quote-unquote matches in the ring and they barely did anything. These guys are putting in the time, the work, and the training, and damn it, Bad Bunny put on a fucking hell of a match, and you gotta give props to his dance partner that night, Damian Priest. Damian Priest made Bad Bunny look like an even bigger star than he already is, and in turn, that made Damian Priest look like an even bigger star, in my opinion. Fucking awesome match between the two. We had some great spots where Rey Mysterio came out there to try and thwart off the attack of Finn Balor and his son Dominic Mysterio, and then when Rey was being double teamed by them, out of nowhere, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. That's right, Carlito, Caribbean Cool. Carlito came back to the WWE. Huge ovation for Carlito. It's been hitting massive numbers on YouTube, massive views. I think it's already hit 12 million views in just 2 days of being uploaded onto WWE's YouTube page. Carlito came out of nowhere and helped with an LWO shirt with the Puerto Rican flag design on it. It was awesome. Not only that, WWE legend Savio Vega even showed up and got down against the Judgment Day, and it all culminated with Bad Bunny hitting a Bunny Destroyer pile driver on Damian Priest for the 1-2-3. Bad Bunny is the winner of the San Juan Street Fight in Puerto Rico. And in a big 6-man tag team match, the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy and Jay Uso. The Usos defeated Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn in a 6-man tag team match, with Solo Sikoa hitting the Samoan Spike on Matt Riddle and pinning him 1-2-3. The cracks in the Bloodline are starting to get even deeper, because during that match there was this, you could see the tension just building and building between Solo Sikoa and his older brother Jey Uso. Solo Sikoa being struck in the chest hard by Jey Uso, and you could just see that they wanted to beat the shit out of each other. Solo Sikoa nearly hit Jey Uso with the Samoan Spike. He had him by the throat. He wanted to, but hesitated. So I can't wait to see where this goes this coming Friday on SmackDown, when the Bloodline is all together, when Roman Reigns returns this Friday night on SmackDown as well. And in the main event, Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes went at it, and there was bloodshed. Brock Lesnar doing it the hard way, not like most of these AEW wannabe bullshit artists. Look at here I go talking shit about AEW again. Fucking blading themselves live on TV because they know how to fucking do it right. You know, just don't give a fuck anymore anyway. Who knows, whatever it is. Yeah, that's a shot at Jon Moxley. Sue me. Anyway, Brock Lesnar fucking went headfirst into the turnbuckle, the hard part under the turnbuckle, which is just literally like a steel ball under that little thin pad, turnbuckle pad. He fucking went headfirst into that shit and busted himself wide open, and he was bleeding all over the place. I mean, his face was covered in blood. We haven't seen a match like that in the WWE in forever. And Brock Lesnar, of course, being Brock Lesnar, gets away with that. You know, if any of the other guys did that, they'd probably be fined or whatever. But whatever, it made the match that much more emotional, that much more aggressive, and that much more awesome. And Cody Rhodes, while he was locked in a Kimura lock, leaned into it while he was still in the lock and pinned Brock Lesnar's shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes beats Brock Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring to be now. There was only 6. Now that makes 7 men since Brock Lesnar returned in 2012 to the WWE that have beaten Brock Lesnar clean. Cody Rhodes is in an elite class of athlete in the WWE to say he's beaten the Beast cleanly. And that was the results of this past Saturday night's premium live event, WWE Backlash, coming to you live from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. We got a little bit of about a minute left. I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that's tuning in live. If you're not listening live and you're listening later on the download or on YouTube, thank you. I do appreciate it. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to IE Sports Radio if you haven't already done so. And please continue to show your love to IE Sports Radio. Follow us on Twitter at IE Sports Radio. Follow my Twitter page at IE Elite Pod. And also, please check out our website at iesportsradio.com. You will not be disappointed. Thank you, everyone. I will see you guys same SoCal Saint time, same SoCal Saint channel next week, next Tuesday. Peace.